Thank you, Chairman. This hearing is about crisis we're seeing at the border. So I want to talk about the crisis I deal with as I represent a district in Southern California that is so close to the southern border and is reeling from the fact that fentanyl is having on my community. The fentanyl crisis is taking over my state, and especially in Southern California that is so close to the Orange County, Riverside County, Imperial County that I represent. So I just want you to take this into consideration. 1 in 5 youth deaths is related to fentanyl. And the fiscal year 2022, nearly 2/3 of fentanyl that came across the southern border came through the ports of San Diego, Imperial counties. Fentanyl and other synthetic opioids are flooding through our southern border and have killed more than 100,000 Americans per year since 2021. So I want to talk about Chairman Xi Jinping's recent visit to my state in San Francisco, and they talked about fentanyl precursor, and they talked about maybe forming or establishing some sort of a working group, but as we know, the devil is in the details. So I've still yet to see what's in that detail. What is that working group is going to do? So what do you think this administration should be doing to stop the precursor from leaving China and ultimately entering the United States to kill Americans? And I want to address this to Mr. Wolf.
Look, I think the current discussions between President Biden and President Xi, I think it's a good first step. I think what you said is important, which is the devil's in the details. Whether China lives up to their promises that they made there, I have my suspicions highly doubtful. What I will say is when we talk about fentanyl, we are talking about the cartels. And so this idea that I heard earlier, which is, no, we can't go after the cartels, sorry. That just because it's going to continue the status quo. Look, we can either continue to admire this problem, we're going to continue to see 100,000 American deaths every single year, or we can get serious about it and address the underlying issue of the cartels. 2, ports of entry, I think it's very important. You need more technology there. It is false to say that all of the fentanyl is coming between ports of entry. It's where we have most of our agents. It's where we have most of our technology. So, of course, you're going to see data that says it comes through there.
I have introduced Southern Border Strategy Act just to do exactly that.
But it also becomes between ports of entry as well.
So let me, let's also talk about what Chairman Xi Jinping said. He reportedly made the commitments that CCP would do more to crack down on the proliferation. But if you recall, in 2019, he made those same commitments when he banned the production, sale, and export of fentanyl precursors from China to Mexico. But then he abandoned his commitment when the former speaker made her trip to Taiwan. I just want you to know that he's using my constituents as bargaining chips in the broader geopolitical competition. We just cannot tolerate that behavior. So knowing what we know today, it is clear that we should not have trusted Chairman Xi's commitment on fentanyl precursors back in 2019. And so do we have any reason to believe that he's going to keep his word today?
I don't believe so. And I think it's important to remember over the last 3 to 4 years, Mexico has developed the capacity to produce fentanyl on their own. And the cartels, it's a highly lucrative business, and they have invested a lot of money, time, and attention into this. So I think there's still work that China can do, but simply stopping the precursors from China is not going to eliminate the fentanyl coming into the United States.
Can you explain how the current administration's bilateral relationship with Mexico is failing to combat fentanyl?
Well, I think it's failing on a number of instances. Again, all of this, whether we talk about fentanyl, whether we talk about human trafficking, the illegal smuggling, it all stems from the cartels. And there's not enough being done by the government of Mexico when it comes to the cartels or to stop the illegal flow. I talked about it in my opening statement. You've got to put pressure on the government of Mexico. They are transactional in nature, at least that was my experience during the Trump administration. and you got to push them to places that they're uncomfortable with. Simply sending diplomatic cables and asking them to do things is not going to serve the American people very well.
Thank you.